Okay, we are going to go over calculating 1 and 2 variable statistical data. So we're going to enter on page 178 the list 1 and list 2 that they're giving us. So you go to Stat and then Edit. So number 1. And if you have data in there already, you can just go up to where it says list 2, push clear, and enter. And then clear. So clear them both out. List 1 is -5, -3, -2, -1, 0, 2, 3, and 4. List 2 is -10, -6, -4, -2, 0, 4, 6, and 8. And I always double check to make sure they're lined up because that's where I make my mistakes usually. So if we want to calculate one variable statistical data, we go back to the home screen. So that means second mode. So we're going to quit out of there. We go to Stat and Calculate. So right arrow over to Calculate. And we want number 1, one variable statistics. We input L1, so that's second number 1. So see it says L sub 1. Then press enter. And here the calculator is analyzing the data just in your first list. So the first set of data. So it gives you the mean. This is the sum of all the x values. This is the sum of all the x values squared. Here's a standard deviation. I'm not sure what that means right now. Holy cow. The minimum, the quartile. The quartiles are in there, but that would be nice to know before. The max.
What is a quartile?
So one variable stats. So when you're in stats and you go to calculate, it's just number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Then you hit
I wonder if that's the variance. Okay. Oh, n is how many values are in that list.
Yeah.
So you can do that with both the first list and the second list of
Wait,
data.
so what's all in there?
A lot of stuff.
And where?
In the list.
So it's what we entered. It's data set number 1, the column in your book.
I know, but like, what's all the answers? Or
What is it?
Analyzation.
What does it mean?
So it's giving you the mean of all those
I know,
numbers.
But down below, like,
Oh, down here?
yeah.
It gives you the min, the quartile, so you could make your box and whisker plot
What's there?
right from here.
And whisker.
Okay, then you can do 2 variable
Whisker.
data. So if we go back to the main, wait, I'm trying to quit here. Oh, I'm there. So if we want to, we go to Stat, Calculate. Now we want 2 variable statistics. So we do number 2. And you have to list your lists with a comma between them. So you do second number 1, comma is right above the 7, and then second number 2. Now that's my 2 lists. And I am videotaping this, so I'll put it on my website if it makes it on the stick. Okay, then we enter, and it gives me,
That is right.
it gives you the x and y. So it does all of it for each one, all the single, plus the sum of the product of x and y's. The standard deviation, I still don't know what that is. I'm thinking it's variance, but I'm not sure. So it just puts them both together.
Wait, why does my sigma say 5.8?
Gotta put on.
On the x or the y?
Oh, never mind. It's the same. Wait, here, go to the very top.
Oh, 5.8. You're looking at sigma of y. The standard deviation for your second set of values.
Oh.
Okay. Now we can actually do a box and whisker plot. So we're going to do second y equals for stat plot. We go into enter to go in the first one. We're going to enter to turn it on. We want to go down to what type?
Wait, you're going too fast.
I'm sorry.
There.
I'm sorry, I went to second y equals. And it's okay if you can't follow along. I am taping it on. Hopefully it will save on here because I have our lesson on there too. So you just scroll over to box and whisker. You can do it with an outlier. That's the first one. So it will figure out any outliers you need. Or the second one just does the whole box and whisker without outliers. We'll just do one with just in
And then we
case.
just put graph.
And you have to make sure that these are the names of your lists. So some people have changed some of the names of the lists, and if yours was changed, you need to make sure that's lists of one, lists of two. I'm gonna use, I don't think we need a mark for, hey, I didn't enter my box and whisker plot. I have to push enter. There we go.
Wait, is that one box and whisker? What's the next one?
Oh, so this is just gonna do list one. There we go.
Wait, what's the one next to it?
Oh, that's box and whisker without outliers. So this one will, if there's an outlier, it'll put a dot way out to the sides. Okay, so then, let's see, what do we do? We're going to graph it by pressing zoom and number 9 for stats, because we're graphing the statistical information. And there it is. There must
How
not
come
be.
it's floating?
There's no outliers.
Wait, yours looks more sturdier than mine.
Did you do zoom stat?
Zoom 9. Oh, that looks like yours.
Okay. There we go. So that's just really quickly how to do that, and we're going to hope that it will show up on my video.